I'm Natalie with LeapAheadFitness.com, and one of the most frequently asked questions that I get from my clients is, what can I do at home to stay in shape that doesn't require a lot of time or a lot of equipment? So today I have 2 power moves for you. These exercises really pack a lot of bang for their buck. You're going to work your entire body, and these exercises require no equipment and very little space. We're going to start out with lunges, and then we're going to do some planks, and I've got a nice series lined up for you, so you're really going to get your blood pumping, a little bit of cardiovascular work in as well, and really heat up your core. And the whole workout will only take you about 10 to 12 minutes to do. So let's get started. So the first exercise of our series is the lunge. Now, lunge is a great exercise. It is a full body exercise involving the legs, the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, and we're going to do this exercise standing, so it's a great way to integrate gravity as a form of resistance. So we're going to begin by stepping the right leg forward and the left leg back, and you want to take your feet about hip-width apart. Both feet are pointing straight forward in the same direction, and your spine is going to be centered between the front and the back leg. You're going to begin by bending both knees and going straight back up again. As you bend, think about your spine riding directly over your back knee. So your hips and your shoulders and your ear are in line with that back knee as you're going up and down. Being careful not to drop the chest, so you're not folding and the hips are leaning forward. And also being careful that as you stand, you're not arching your back. So we have a tendency to arch the back because our hip flexors are tight. So as you stand, really feel a lift in your lower abdominals. And we're going to do a few more here. Good, and as we continue, I'm just going to go ahead and turn to the side so you can see a little better what I'm talking about. So as you lower, really feel the ear, the shoulder, the hip, and the knee in one straight line. And make sure you're maintaining this lift in your abs. We have 2 more. Good, so let's go to the other side. So you're going to now take your right leg back, your feet are hip-width apart, your shoulders are nice and relaxed, you're going to bend the knee and stretch up. Now find the floor, really feel your feet spread wide. I'm choosing to do this barefoot. You could do this with socks on or with your exercise shoes on if you're doing it outside. Just know that your balance is going to be different if you are barefoot versus not. Really feel the ground, even if you're wearing shoes. Really try to push down with your feet and grow taller as you come up. Feel the resistance of your abs as you go down. Great. We're going to do 4 more. And continuing to work on feeling that alignment, ear, shoulder, hip. So if you have a mirror like I have here, you can check out your position in the mirror and see if you're really, really stacked. Or are you sticking your butt out as you go down? Or are you allowing your back to arch as you stand up? Right, really keeping this underneath you. We have 2 more times. And coming all the way up. Now for our second power move, we're going to be doing variations on plank. So a standard plank is done on your hands and your toes. If you need to modify this exercise, you can come down onto your knees. The main component is you want to make sure you're creating a straight line. That line goes from your ears to your shoulders, to your hips, to your knees, and then if your feet are off, also through your ankle joints. And we're just going to hold this position for a full 30 to 45 seconds. As you get stronger, you're going to hold it for even longer. And I like to focus on my breath while I'm doing this exercise. So I'm inhaling through my nose. And as I exhale, I'm drawing my navel in towards my spine, really supporting my lower back. You want to make sure you're not piking your hips up towards the ceiling. You also want to make sure you're not dropping your pelvis down towards the floor. So we're just going to hold this for a few more seconds. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Pressing into the tips of your fingers will actually help alleviate pressure on your wrists if you're feeling it there. Good. Taking a few more breaths here. And 1 more full breath. Good. And take a break. So for set number 2, I'm going to give you an optional challenge. Feel free to do the same thing as before, or we're going to add the stepping together of the feet. So you're going to go back into your lunge position and step the feet all the way together. Now the challenge with doing this is that you have to find your alignment, your position, while you're moving. So if this is already a challenging exercise for you when you're stationary, this is going to be a lot harder. If you're not feeling totally stable, standing on both feet throughout, then stick to that for now. Good, and notice once again, I'm trying to line my ear, my shoulder, and my hip up. And I'm really using my legs to push off to both legs. We're going to do one more. Good, let's do the other side. So you have your right leg back again, your hips are facing forward, toes facing forward, ear, hip, knee in one straight line. And as we're getting through this second set, we're starting to build up some heat in the body. You may be starting to feel a little cardiovascular effort. All of that is great. Just keep breathing, inhaling, exhaling. Go back to standing on both legs at any point if you need to. And exhaling, we have 3 more. And bend. And bend. And bend. And bend. And great. So for our second round of planks, we're going to do a shoulder blade push-up. The setup is exactly the same. So either you're on your knees or on your toes. And I'm going to demonstrate on my knees first. So this exercise, we are isolating the shoulder blades. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together on your back, and then you're broadening your shoulder blades apart on your back. And what's very important is that you don't sag everywhere when you sink your shoulder blades. You really keep the support in your core, so it's just the shoulder blades. And then as you widen your shoulder blades apart, you want to make sure you're not rounding your whole upper back. You're really keeping your back nice and straight and long. So we're going to do 10, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and press up 1. And squeezing the shoulder blades together, and press up 2. And squeezing the shoulder blades together, and press up 3. And squeezing the shoulder blades together, and press up 4. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Notice my shoulders aren't rising towards my ears. They're staying pressed down. And lengthen. And inhale. And exhale. Press. And inhale. And exhale, press 2 more. If you get tired, you can finish it out by just holding the plank while we continue. 1 more. Inhale. And press up. Good. And take a break. So now if you're not totally exhausted, I'm going to give you a third set of each exercise. And the third set is going to be a little bit more challenging than the second set. Not just because you're more tired, but also because I'm going to make them a little harder. So for this set, you're going to go from 2 feet all the way up to 1 foot, and then all the way back down to 2 feet. So we go and press up. Now notice that I'm lifting my left knee as I come forward. So I really want to find a strong, balanced leg, that right leg really tall. Now if this feels like too much, you can go back to version number 2. Or version number 1, where you just keep that back leg on the floor. And just keep working on your alignment. So you want to work with the position, the version of this exercise that is the most challenging for you while maintaining good alignment. And we have 2 more. And we have 1 more. Great. So other side, bringing your right leg back. And inhaling to go down. And all the way up. So that was a little narrow for me that time. And my balance is starting to waver just a little bit. You may notice that with yourself as well. So maybe you want to try doing one that's a little smaller. And then going back to the full version. Good, I'm just going to step to the side so you can see this, facing sideways. And this foot that's moving does not have to be pointed or flexed. Really, the point of the movement is to really push off of your legs and keep those hips nice and level as you bring your leg through. Now continue to breathe. We have 2 more. And this is the last one. And now for our final variation on plank, same setup, we're going to do some push-ups. Again, you can do this on your knees or on your toes. And you want to just keep your fingertips pointing straight out in front of you again, and your elbows are going to come right in by your sides. And if you need to modify this even further, you can actually even come up onto your knees so that your push-up would look like this. That would be the easiest version of the push-up. And then you would go into a full half plank and do it here. And then the final version is all the way up onto your toes, bending the elbows and press up. I'm going to work on my knees today. Work at your own pace. So you want to keep the spine nice and long, the abdominals pulled in, making sure again that you're not sagging in the shoulder blades or the rib cage or the pelvis. You're really keeping that support. So we bend the elbows and we exhale, press up. Good. And as you're working, keep your neck in line. A lot of people will lead with their chin, really keeping that nice in line the whole time. And notice that I'm not emphasizing coming down to the floor. You could come all the way down and come all the way up, but I really want you to focus on the strength of your core. So if that is too much for you, try a smaller range of motion. And bend the elbows, and exhale, press up. And bend the elbows, and press up. And if you get tired, you can go back to a regular plank. We have 3 more. Breathing in, and press up. 1 more, breathing in, and exhale, press all the way up, and rest. Congratulations, you did it. I hope you enjoyed the workout. If you did, just take a moment and click like and share it with your friends. And if you'd like to get more tips like this one delivered straight to your inbox, go over to leapaheadfitness.com and sign up for our bi-weekly newsletter. Look forward to seeing you there. Have a great day.